I had the pleasure of having a conversation with the FBI and the pleasure of emptying my fire extinguisher. This video brought to you by Sutco Transportation. Sutco is hiring Class 1 drivers in British Columbia and Alberta. To apply, go to sutco.ca and use promo code QUANFAN. Get an extra $100 on your first payday. Good morning. How are you guys doing today? Today is not Thursday because too much has happened on Wednesday that I have to do another story time. Because I shot yesterday's video, and then I shot bonus video for this weekend, and now I'm going to shoot Thursday's video on a Wednesday. I'm coming home tomorrow anyway, so tomorrow's video is going to be Friday's video heading home. So that'll work out. I've had some excitement today. I had the pleasure of having a conversation with the FBI and the pleasure of emptying my fire extinguisher. And some kid gave me a fist pump and I got to honk the horn, so it's a good day. It's a good day. So where are we? Good question. We are on Highway 200. Hey, isn't that the highway we were on yesterday? We just left, oh, what's the town called? Not coming to me right now. We're westbound on 200 instead of eastbound. Something falls. What was it called? Thompson Falls? Yeah, Thompson Falls is behind us. And we're headed to Bull Lake. So in 31 miles, we're going to turn north on Highway 56. That was Finley Flats Road. It's 28 degrees Celsius, 7 p.m. on July 6th. Okay, so where do I start? So the bonus video you guys saw 2 weeks ago, me pulling into that really tight yard in Montana. So Gold Creek, Montana. I delivered just south of the little town, tiny little town. Gold Creek, Montana. Delivered just south of that. Absolute downpour rain as we were unloading. I know before I pulled into the yard, no rain. I asked him where he wanted me to park. I told him, better hurry, rain's coming. There was just thunder rolling in the background. And then we just got this absolute drenching downpour while unloading, while I was driving away. So 2 miles north, I got to the on-ramp to I-90, and as I drive onto the on-ramp to Singling to merge into the highway, and all of a sudden I see a car pull over in front of me on the on-ramp and a big rig pull over on the other side of the highway oncoming, slamming on the brakes, and the big rig driver jumps out and starts running across the intersection, and I'm like, whoa, I stop. Oh, there's a car in the ditch. So I just missed it. Did not see an accident, but so what had happened is the car came up over the overpass and hit a big puddle and hydroplaned, went into the ditch, hit the on-ramp, caught air all the way over the on-ramp, and then hit the ditch on the other side, and then sideswiped a huge tree. It kind of did a 360 and was going backwards into the ditch now. Sideswiped a huge tree with, I don't know, it would still be, he would have still been going straight that whole time because he hit the tree with the passenger side. Just smashed the tree with the passenger side. Front door and rear door just completely smashed in, and then did a flip backwards. It was facing oncoming. So I just stopped right in the middle of the off-ramp. I just saw all the debris. I just blocked the on-ramp, not off-ramp, on-ramp. I just blocked the on-ramp, grabbed my gloves. I don't know, I used to be a firefighter at an EMR. It was just kind of a thing in my head. Grabbed gloves, jumped out, and I just go, you guys call 911 yet? And both the car and the truck driver said, yes, they're on 911, on the phone with them right now. Neither of them had walked into the ditch yet. So I'm like, I run over into the ditch, talk to the people, it's like, you okay? And they both seem all right. There's blood everywhere. Not like blood everywhere, but just splatter, blood splatter all over, and nothing serious. Just all minor cuts, all cuts from glass. So her face, the passenger, the face was all bloody. There's just little specks of blood. She was bleeding like all over the place, but just small little specks of bleeding. Her shoulder, her arm, her hoodie was completely torn on her arm. So I got her, lift up her sleeve. And they knew exactly where they were. They knew where they were from. They knew their names. I asked if they were feeling any kind of pain. She said, my neck feels a little bit sore. I'm like, yep. You just stay sitting right where you are. Ambulance is on the way. Trust me, you don't want to move. If you have a sore neck, we're just going to wait for the ambulance to show up. They seemed pretty calm. And she looked outside of her window and just goes, hey, honey, you got this side really good. And I'm like, yeah, you guys are getting a new car. And she goes, oh, don't worry, it's a work car. So they were in good spirits. A lot of blood splatter everywhere, but they were good. All their bleeding stopped within a minute or two of me stopping. Some pretty good longer gouges, like 3 inches long kind of gouges, as she scraped the shoulder, probably with a tree in the airbags and stuff like that. But they were all really shallow cuts, and they all stopped bleeding. And it's like, okay, she might have some whiplash, side whiplash, but other than that, we're good. So I told her I was just going to stay here until the ambulance shows up, and they're all very thankful. Thanks for stopping. People on top, the truck driver walked down with me down to the bottom after. Talked to them as well a little bit. We're just kind of hanging out. And another car pulls up behind us, and they jump out, they grab a first aid kit and walk up right away. I'm like, they're prepared. Oh, badges. Oh, it says FBI on the badges. Plainclothes FBI agents. So the other truck driver and I talked to the agents, told them kind of what happened, and I asked the agent, you guys going to stick around, wait for the ambulance? And they were, yeah, we'll stay here. And then me and the other truck driver, we left. So I got a nice chat with the FBI. First question he asked, the FBI asked when he came up, he goes, "Are there people in that car?" I'm like, "Yep, but they're okay." And then he wanted to grab the airbag because the airbag is covering them. They can't look into the car. I'm like, no, don't touch that. Not until you put your gloves on. It's like the airbag was just splattered with blood all over the place. It's like, nope, don't touch that airbag until you've got your gloves on. So that was exciting. So I moved along. So I drove to Bonner, fueled up there, headed to Missoula, and I'm start smelling hot brakes. I'm like, someone's got hot brakes. I'm going, we didn't come down a steep hill. I don't know if there's any side steep hills. I'm like, where? Maybe it's clutch, but it smells like brakes. It's about 2 miles of this before I saw in front of me a big fuel tanker, A-train. And as I'm getting closer, I'm seeing a little bit of smoke coming from them, and then I get closer, and it's like, oh, no, he's on fire. That truck is on fire. He's a fuel tanker on fire in front of me. So I put all my flashing lights on and honking flashing lights, and pickup passes him, four-way flashers on, pulls in front of him and kind of weaves back and forth and starts slowing down and just waving at him, and I'm honking and I'm on the radio going, fire, 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 but he didn't have his radio on. He's just confused, right? So imagine you're just driving around, minding your own business, and all of a sudden people are reacting funny around you. It's like, okay, they want me to pull over. The big rig is flashing their lights and beacons going and everything behind me and honking the horn. So it's like really confusing, but why am I pulling over? So he pulls over. I stopped in the lane. So I left the passing lane open. He pulled all the way off on the shoulder because he's like, I'm pulling over for some reason. I'm not sure why I need to pull over, but he's pulling over. I just parked in the lane. Because once again, fire department training, you park defensively. I'm like, I didn't think about it. It just kind of happened. I did not have to think about parking defensively. That didn't come out. I didn't think about that until after the incident. But I parked on the road, blocked the road, jumped out and ran around the front of my truck to the passenger side. And he's just slowly, casually getting out, kind of gathering his wits, going, why are these people pulling over? I'm yelling, fire, fire! And it takes him a while to click in, and all of a sudden he starts running toward the back, not even thinking fire extinguisher. I'm running around to the passenger side, grab the fire extinguisher, and running up to his truck. When he sees me with a fire extinguisher, he hits the brakes, runs back to his truck, and grabs his fire extinguisher, a much bigger fire extinguisher than I have. And then I run up to the truck, mind you, barefoot. Well, not barefoot, in socks. Run up to the truck with my fire extinguisher and empty my fire extinguisher on his truck. So A-train and his trailer only has one axle on the back and then a dolly on the front. So both brakes on the rear axle were on fire, and just flames coming out everywhere, all the way around, just flames. So I shoot one side, shoot the other side, back to the first side, shoot that side, emptied the whole fire extinguisher, and then I'm like, okay, mine's empty. And he grabs his, and then all of a sudden flares up again, and he shoots more of his into there. And we got it out. The brake pads were literally melting. There was globs, it looked like plastic globs globbing off the brake pads. So kind of just monitored for a little bit. I'm like, okay, I don't think it'll flare up again. He went and talked to his dispatch and sent in an emergency, hey, I need a tow truck and all this type of stuff, and somebody, neither me or him, called 911 because it was under control. we were taking care of it. A cop shows up. So a cop just goes, "Oh, somebody reported a fire, but just hot brakes." I'm like, no, fire. This truck was on fire. It's like if you look down there, you can see the brake globs laying on the ground. It was melting. And the fire department showed up, and the cop just goes, "Hey, once you're done with your report or whatever, could you pull your truck off the road now?" I go, "Yeah, I just didn't want to do it until there was more lights. Now that you're here, yeah, I'll back the truck up." And I parked it over on the shoulder. Actually, I parked it on the shoulder before the fire truck showed up. Backed it up onto the shoulder. Went back to him and filled out all my paperwork that I needed to, because it's turkey. Made it. Look, I'm not going to hit the brakes hard for a turkey, but I'll tap the brakes. Filled out my paperwork. I do not have a fire extinguisher in this truck. It is illegal not to have a fire extinguisher in the truck, but it is a minor defect. So tomorrow morning I'm going to stop at Salmo and grab a new fire extinguisher. And the police officer came and thanked me for stopping. He said a few weeks ago he responded to a fire tanker just like this one, and he goes, "It didn't work out this well, so thank you for stopping and helping." Because the last one went all the way down. There was nothing left of the tanker. Yeah, the truck driver thanked me profusely over and over and over and over. He goes, "You're my hero in socks." Another cube van pulled over in front of, well, the cube van was behind me. He pulled over in front of us and came running back with a fire extinguisher as well, but we never needed that one. So the truck driver goes, "I've seen it happen to other guys. It's never happened to me. All my years trucking, this is the first time it's ever happened to me." And some people might ask, wouldn't you feel that? Well, you kind of do, but it doesn't feel, like the truck driver said, it kind of felt a little sluggish. That's what his answer was. And he goes, "It felt a little sluggish. But you have got all these axles, and one axle is not turning properly. Like, if the brakes were not locked up enough to completely lock up, the tires were still turning. The brakes were just rubbing, so it was just a bit of resistance. And as that resistance gets hotter and hotter and hotter, eventually it catches fire." So I honestly don't think I would have felt it in this truck if that had been, it was the rear axle and the second trailer. Most likely what happened was he had an air leak on the rear trailer, and the brakes didn't quite release all the way, and he was driving along minding his own business, enjoying his day, until everybody started acting obnoxious beside him. He absolutely wanted my name and phone number, so I gave him Sutko's phone number. I want to make sure you get reimbursed for your fire extinguisher. And no, I didn't really catch much of it on video at all. Video was an afterthought at the end there, when I backed the trailer up, pulled onto the shoulder. And then a little way further down the road, some kid gave me a fist pump, so I got to honk the horn, so it's a good day. It's a good day. Definitely an exciting day. Told my friend, he goes, "You probably need to take a nap now." I know I would need a nap. I'm like, no, exactly the opposite. You get a bit of an adrenaline rush like that. Wide awake now. Wide awake. Alright, so we are running empty back to Canada. Remember yesterday I talked about, I don't know, did I talk about it? The plan was to go to Spokane and pick up a load there tomorrow, or I guess for you guys today morning, and then deliver that in the afternoon. And I called and asked them what their plan is. I'm like, usually you guys want a load of the Klesnikoff mass timber wide load on me for the weekend. And I'm like, if that's the case, I'm not going to be able to make that delivery in Nelson and get back to load in time, because the truck has to be in the shop Friday morning. So they're like, we'll find out what the next load is and then go from there. And sure enough, they want a Klesnikoff mass timber load on me, going to Bothell, just north of Seattle, for Monday delivery. So I'll get Friday, Saturday off and back to work on Sunday. Which is perfect. Perfect for the fact that I go on vacation the week after, so everything's working out. Everything's working out. Yeah, definitely a lot of excitement. Dispatch asked, "Get video for your YouTube?" I'm like, no. No, I wasn't thinking of any of that. And the company dash cam is honestly a very poor quality dash cam. I should consider getting a 4K dash cam. And then I wouldn't have to tell you a story about it. You guys could actually watch the story. Quite an eventful and busy day. That's all I got. That's all I got. Well, what'd that get us? Half an hour in? 20 minutes in? We are 9 miles away from our turnoff to go north. We're following, might be a lake over here, but it's the Clark Fork River. Sheriff. I've seen lots of poke oil today. deer running into bushes there. Not the first deer that's been running from me today. Just as said, watch out for the third thing. They always come in threes. I'm like, no, not necessarily. I've had times where they don't come in threes. Two is plenty enough for me. 2 emergencies in a day. I'm good. I'm good. Hey, there's a Kit Kat here. I should eat that. Come on. There's actually 2 Kit Kats here. We're only going to take one of them. Throw the other one in the back. There we go. Give me a break. Give me a break. That's good. Hits the spot. That is good stuff. Town of Noxon, just south over this bridge. Noxon, Montana? Are we still in Montana? We're still in Montana, right? Yeah. So I've got to go past Bull Lake. Yeah, we're still in Montana. Okay. Sun has dipped down behind some clouds. Going still, lots and lots of mosquitoes. Holy smokes, there's mosquitoes everywhere. It's that time of year, I guess. Water's empty. Let's grab another one. The water. Good cold water. So here we'll get to cross Bull River. I don't know if it's actually Bull River here yet. It's more like Lewis Clark River here still, but Bull River flows through right over here under this bridge. And then we'll follow Bull River up right to Bull Lake. Speed limit 65 miles. Truck speed limit. Oh, excuse me. River down there. See if we can wash some of these bugs off. I know, absolutely just pouring rain earlier. No bugs at all on the windshield. And now, just plastered by them. Cleaned up some of them. Now we're headed north to Troy, Montana. There's another popo there. Not sure why the cops are out today, but all over the place. The cops have just been out and about. Good of a job I do with that. Slow into the corner, fast out of the corner. I think I used to do a better job of it, but over time, picked up some bad habits. I mean, I did that one just fine, but sometimes I come into a corner too hot. Slow in, fast out. The most efficient, safest way of navigating a corner, especially in the winter when it can be slippery. So in the morning when I came through here, it was just pouring rain over here. Now it's bone dry. In the morning, I sent a message to Bob, our butterfly man, that hopefully when he comes on vacation here next week, he has better weather than I do. But honestly, this is pretty good weather right now. Cooling off a little bit now, I think. 24 degrees Celsius. Beautiful mountains over here. Very green mountains. Like northern British Columbia and Alberta, all those trees up on Highway 16. Kind of like the same over here. Here I thought this road just ran north and we wouldn't have to worry about the sun. Apparently it runs more west than I thought. Well, I got the ND filter on it, so it should make decent video. In fact, since that first time I put the ND filter on, I haven't taken it off. Cloudy days or not, I've just left it on. So it seems to shoot just fine with the darker lens on there. On night videos, I would probably want to put the clear lens on it. Over Bull River again. Some people might be fly fishing. Boat there too, boat trailer anyway. I don't know how to fly fish. I've gone out fishing once in my life, and that was with my father-in-law, and it was a lot of fun. I don't know what I'm doing when it comes to fishing. Yeah, today's been quite a relaxing, normal day, other than the FBI talking to me and me emptying a fire extinguisher. Just a normal day every day. All the rest of the days will feel boring to me now. The agents, one of them was definitely older and one was fairly young, but they're definitely plain clothes and the type of agents that were in charge. It's the way they introduced themselves, they just kind of took over and said, hey, he just goes, federal agent here, just started asking questions and pretty much took over. Which is fair enough, right? That's what they do for a living. When I saw their badges say FBI on them, I'm like, yeah, federal agents, all right. Just a plain Jane white SUV, small SUV. Super blend-in type of vehicle. Other than their badges hanging on their belt loops, I didn't see any weapons or anything, so if they were carrying weapons, it was concealed. Didn't think of that just till now. No, didn't see a single weapon on them. But it was super nice that people pulled over for both incidents. We had several vehicles pull over and help, at least call 911. And then on both places, so nice to see. Unlike that incident a couple of weeks ago. I guess it's probably months ago now, where nobody stopped. Well, other than me. Viewpoint National Forest. It's like a marshy area. I bet you at the right time of year. Beautiful. I see some deer in there, but have we seen Bull Lake yet? Did I miss Bull Lake? Slowing down. Oh yeah. I think we're there then if we have to slow down. Must be Bull Lake then. Let's see if we get some decent views. I'm gonna put the shoulder cam facing out. Not sure if it's gonna work or not. It's facing right into the sun, so we might get a clip or two. So I did put the action cam on my shoulder cam mount. If I were to replace this shoulder cam, the action cam is a lot narrower of a view, less fisheye, so you wouldn't see as much of the inside of the truck. It would make the windshield a little bigger though. You would no longer be able to see my E-log and the radio and all of that. So that'd be one downside to upgrading this camera, but the action camera does so much better facing into the sun than the shoulder cam does, so I don't know, maybe it's worth upgrading. Right now I don't have the cash to upgrade. But for shots like this, it might be worth it. No, I'm never going to use I wouldn't say never. I'm not going to use more than 2 cameras. I'm not going to go to 3 cameras. I tried that. So we have a third camera, the Sony Action Cam. We have a third one. It's a bit of a blurry. The lens is not quite centered perfectly. But I've tried shooting with 3 videos. My computers cannot handle 3 videos when editing. My laptop is actually fairly high, medium high end laptop, so unless you guys want to pay for a new laptop, we're not going to go to 3 cameras. My laptop cost $2,000 when I got it, just under $2,000, so I guess I could get a more specialized laptop, because some of the cores are like, I don't know I'm not computer savvy enough. Like logic cores, and some of them are like graphic cores. So some of the cores do really good for video editing. Other cores do really good for video gaming. Kind of try to find a laptop that was balanced, that could do both. So I can literally render a video and play a video game at the same time without slowing either down. It maxes out what the laptop can do, but I can't render a third video because it's a different type of processing, right? Because I've done that. I've played video game and let the computer render a video I shot. So it works. It does get fairly toasty. Definitely, the fans are going pretty good. It gets pretty toasty when you're doing that. So it might not be a great idea, but I've done it just to prove it can be done. Well, I guess it's a day again, isn't it? Well, hopefully you guys enjoyed my story time. Every now and then I get to do some exciting stuff. I would like to say I don't recommend people jumping out and doing things, Good Samaritan stuff, unless they've got some training and know kind of what they're getting themselves into. For example, that big rig on fire, it did go through my brain for a second. I'm like, how big is that fire? Do I need to evacuate the area, or do I need to go make it out? And I'm like, nope, it's small enough. I can go run and put the fire out. Most important thing you guys can do is stop and call 911. At least have the professionals on the way. And who cares if somebody else is calling 911? Call 911 anyway. Nobody else might be calling. Very often nobody else is. Recently we had an incident where there's like 100 people in the area and 911 got one call. One call out of like 100 people all on the beach pulling out their phones to record what's going on. What was that? Why did you stop recording? Makes no sense. Didn't overheat, didn't run out of memory, didn't have a dead battery. It's cold to the touch. Why did you stop? I was calling it a day. Okay, that's true enough, but I didn't want you to stop. Now you're making my editing harder. What's up with that, Osmo? Bad Osmo. weird. Weird. Yeah, it's cold to the touch because I literally have AC blowing over the defrost just because I'm recording. I've kind of gotten into the habit. That's how I use my AC now. I have it split 50-50. 50 is going to my feet and 50 is going over the window. The vents don't go at all. And it's fine. Once you get enough cold air moving, the whole cab gets nice and cool. And it keeps the camera cold. Almost 8 p.m. now. Hour and a half to the border. It's 9:30. Where do I want to sleep? Do I want to go over the Kootenai Pass? I guess I have to see how many hours I have when I get back into Canada. Might not have that many hours. I should be able to drive till 11. Wouldn't get me all the way to Salmo, so I'll decide somewhere on the Kootenai Pass, either on the Creston on the bottom there or up on top of Kootenai Pass somewhere. Fueled up fuel in Missoula between the two incidents. So we got lots of fuel. I'll call it a day here as we get up to Troy. Actually, let's drive through Troy. It'll be an extra 5-10 minutes, but let's just go do it. Call it a day right after Troy. Under the condition that the scale's closed. The scale's open earlier on in the morning, so might be a chance it's open, but have my doubts. Man, that's a beautiful shot. Beautiful clouds. Ah, what a good day. Good day. I guess I'll just drive till I'm tired or my clock runs out. If I get tired, I'll just stop wherever I stop, call it a day, go to sleep for 8 hours, and just get going in the morning, whatever that time might be. battery is flashing. It's plugged in. Maybe the extension cord's not plugged in. No, it is, because I can turn the toaster oven on. Mandatory watercraft inspection. All trucks, commercial vehicles must stop ahead. Let's see if it says open. Watercraft inspection. Weigh station is closed. It's pretty empty tonight. Another beautiful shot. Love those clouds. Welcome to Troy. I just want to say thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate it. I feel like I never thank you guys enough. I really do appreciate it. All the comments. And I always say everybody's welcome here, which is true. Everybody is welcome here. Even if I do block some people from making comments, you're still welcome here. Kind of allow people to attack me in my videos. Sometimes it's good, critical, constructive critique is awesome. Sometimes it's just critiquing because you're a jackwagon. But once people start attacking other commenters, me or Jess will kind of put that on a back burner. So I kind of like protecting my other commenters. I've got your back. I also try to give people lots of chances. If it just gets too obnoxious, I will block a few people here and there, but not much. Not much at all. He's mowing his lawn. High time, it looks like. High time. So yeah, ask me anything. Like I said, constructive criticism, very welcome. Sometimes I've got good answers to why I do things the way I do. Sometimes I don't. But I do love when people ask, hey, why do you take this road instead of that road? Or why do you do this instead of that? Sometimes it's, what? There goes the shoulder cam. I guess it's not charging properly. I forgot, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, sometimes there's a reason I take a certain road. Sometimes I've been nuts not taking the road you suggest. I from then on take that shortcut. Well, that was Troy. Thank you guys so much. I am out of here. Just trying to drag the time a little bit so that we're not honking at all these nice people. All right. You guys rock.